Have you ever heard of a country that looks like a hidden paradise, but most people have never even heard its name? Imagine a group of volcanic islands surrounded by the deep blue waters of the Indian Ocean, covered with coconut trees, tropical forests, beautiful beaches, and ancient villages. This mysterious country is called Comoros. Located between the coast of East Africa and the island of Madagascar, Comoros is one of the lesser-known countries in the world. It may not be as famous as the Maldives, Seychelles, or Mauritius, but its natural beauty, unique culture, traditional food, and fascinating history make it a country worth discovering. Welcome to Comoros, the hidden island nation of the Indian Ocean. Comoros is officially known as the Union of the Comoros. The country is made up of three main islands, Grande Comore, Mohéli, and Anjouan. There is also Mayotte, another island in the Comoros archipelago that is administered by France and claimed by Comoros. The capital city is Moroni, located on the island of Grande Comore. Unlike the huge modern capitals of the world, Moroni has a much more traditional atmosphere. Narrow streets, old buildings, small markets, mosques, local shops, and views of the ocean give the city a unique character. One of the most interesting things about Comoros is its volcanic origin. These islands were created by volcanic activity, and the landscape still shows evidence of their dramatic geological history. The most famous volcano is Mount Karthala located on Grande Comore. Karthala is one of the world's most active volcanoes and rises to more than 2,300 meters above sea level. Imagine standing on a tropical island surrounded by ocean while a massive volcanic mountain rises above the palm trees. The combination of volcanoes, forests, beaches, and ocean makes the scenery of Comoros completely different from many other island countries. Grande Comore is also famous for its volcanic landscapes. In some areas, black volcanic rock contrasts dramatically with the bright blue Indian Ocean. One of the places worth discovering in Moroni is the Old Medina. The historic area contains narrow streets, traditional architecture, old doors, markets, and buildings influenced by the long history of Arab, African, and Indian Ocean trade. A famous landmark in the city is the Ancien Mosquée du Vendredi also known as the Old Friday Mosque. Located near the waterfront, the mosque reflects the strong Islamic influence that has shaped Comorian culture for centuries. The ocean is another major part of life in Comoros. The islands are surrounded by warm tropical waters where people fish, travel between islands, and enjoy the natural environment. If you love beaches, Comoros offers beautiful coastal scenery without the huge crowds found in some famous island destinations. White and dark volcanic beaches, turquoise water, palm trees, and quiet coastal villages create a peaceful atmosphere. But the natural beauty doesn't stop at the beaches. The island of Mohéli is especially famous for its marine environment. The Mohéli Marine Park protects important coastal and marine habitats. The surrounding waters are home to sea turtles, dolphins, coral reefs, and many species of marine life. For nature lovers, Mohéli can feel like a completely different world. Green forests meet the ocean, while local communities live alongside an environment that is extremely important to the islands. Anjouan is another fascinating island. It is known for its dramatic mountains, green landscapes, waterfalls, and traditional villages. Because of its steep terrain and tropical vegetation, Anjouan is sometimes described as one of the most visually spectacular islands in the Comoros archipelago. Now let's talk about something that makes every country special: food. Comorian cuisine is strongly connected to the island's location and history. The food combines African, Arab, Indian, French, and other Indian Ocean influences. Rice is an important part of many meals, while fish and seafood are naturally popular because the country is surrounded by the ocean. Coconut is another major ingredient. It can be used in sauces, desserts, drinks, and traditional dishes. One traditional dish you may come across is mataba *, a dish made from cassava leaves cooked with coconut milk and other ingredients. It is an important part of Comorian cuisine and shows how local ingredients are turned into flavorful traditional food. Another popular style of food is palau *, a spiced rice dish influenced by the wider Indian Ocean and East African culinary traditions. Seafood is also an important part of island meals. Fresh fish, octopus, and other seafood can be prepared with coconut, spices, vegetables, and rice. And because Comoros is a tropical country, fruits such as bananas, mangoes, coconuts, and other tropical produce are also important in local life. But Comoros isn't just beautiful landscapes and delicious food. Its culture is perhaps its most fascinating feature. Comorian culture has developed through centuries of contact between African communities, Arab traders, Persian influences, and other peoples who traveled across the Indian Ocean. This history can be seen in the country's languages. Comorian *, a group of Bantu languages related to Swahili, is widely spoken. French and Arabic are also important languages in the country. Islam plays a major role in Comorian society, and the majority of the population is Muslim. Mosques can be found throughout the islands, and Islamic traditions are an important part of everyday life. Family and community are also extremely important. Traditional ceremonies can bring together large numbers of relatives and neighbors, with food, music, dancing, and celebrations continuing for hours. One of the most important celebrations for Muslims in Comoros is Eid al-Fitr *, which marks the end of Ramadan. Families gather, wear special clothes, prepare food, visit relatives, and celebrate together. Eid al-Adha is another important Islamic celebration, marked by prayer, family gatherings, and traditional meals. Comoros is also known for Mawlidi celebrations associated with the Prophet Muhammad's birthday. Religious gatherings, recitations, music, and community events can form part of these celebrations. Traditional weddings are another major part of Comorian culture. In some communities, weddings can be large and elaborate events involving extended families, traditional clothing, music, food, and ceremonies. In fact, weddings have historically played such an important role in Comorian society that some traditional wedding ceremonies can become major community events. The history of Comoros is just as fascinating as its culture. For centuries, the islands were connected to the trade routes of the Indian Ocean. Sailors and merchants traveled between Africa, Arabia, Madagascar, India, and other parts of the region. Because of this, Comoros became a meeting point for different cultures. Arab and Persian traders brought Islam and influenced architecture, language, and traditions. African communities contributed their own languages, customs, and traditions. The result was a unique island culture unlike almost anywhere else. European powers later became interested in the islands, and France eventually established colonial control over the archipelago. Comoros gained independence from France in **1975**, although the status of Mayotte remained disputed. Since independence, the country has experienced political changes and challenges, but Comoros has continued to maintain its unique identity. Today, the country remains relatively unknown to international tourists. This is partly because it has less tourism infrastructure than famous island destinations. And that may actually be one of its biggest attractions. Instead of massive resorts and crowded tourist beaches, visitors can find traditional villages, quiet coastlines, local markets, volcanic landscapes, and communities where everyday island life remains visible. Comoros also faces challenges. Like many island nations, it is vulnerable to climate change, coastal erosion, environmental pressures, and natural disasters. Its volcanic environment can also bring risks, especially because Mount Karthala remains an active volcano. But these challenges haven't erased the beauty or identity of the islands. Comoros continues to be a place where the ocean, mountains, forests, religion, food, and community are deeply connected. So, why should you remember Comoros? Because this small country proves that the most interesting places aren't always the most famous ones. Comoros has active volcanoes, tropical forests, beautiful beaches, coral reefs, historic mosques, traditional villages, unique food, colorful celebrations, and a culture shaped by Africa and the Indian Ocean. From the streets of Moroni to the volcanic slopes of Mount Karthala from the beaches of Anjouan to the protected waters of Mohéli every island has something different to discover. And perhaps the most amazing thing about Comoros is that so many people around the world still know almost nothing about it. It is a country that can easily disappear among the thousands of islands scattered across the Indian Ocean, yet its history is centuries old and its culture is incredibly rich. So, if you ever want to discover a destination far away from the usual tourist routes, put Comoros on your list. This hidden island nation may not be one of the world's most famous countries, but that is exactly what makes its story so fascinating. Comoros is small, remote, volcanic, colorful, and full of surprises, a true hidden gem of the Indian Ocean. If you enjoyed this journey into one of the world's least known countries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Factnova, and turn on notifications for more amazing country documentaries from around the world. Comoros may be hidden from the world map of tourism, but its story deserves to be discovered.